What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Happy Sunday. When I tell you time, I think I said this in the last one, is moving by so fast, it doesn't even feel like a Sunday. It seems like all the days are mixed up, at least to me. But I hope that you all are doing well on this Sunday afternoon. I am excited to be back once again with another read through of the 7 spiritual laws of success. I am proud of myself for reading these books online, and sharing the information. For those of you who have been following me for the beginning of this read through, we understand chapters 1 through 3 and how important they are. Okay, when you grow in your awareness. Okay, the first one, the law of let me pull it up because I want to say it verbatim. Okay, but the law of pure potentiality. Okay, in chapter 1, where anything is possible. What's up, low key fur? What's going on? That anything is possible, and that even in bad things, even when horrible things happen to you, even when unfavorable things, shall I say, that should be like the thing, as opposed to demonizing it, but just saying unfavorable thing that happens to you is happening to you in that present moment. But in the next present moment, after that moment, there is an opportunity, there is a seed that is equivalent or greater than whatever situation you're going through, as far as the reward, as far as the benefit, as far as the lesson. Then we have the law of giving and receiving. So in order to be blessed, you have to give. If you have money and you hoard it to yourself and you don't share it with anybody, you're cutting yourself off from the flow. If you have all this information and you're hoarding it to yourself and you're not sharing it with the people, with humanity, okay, you are cutting yourself off from the blessing, the continuation. Okay, if that's even a word. It just feels right in my spirit. We BubzDaGawd over here. We just speaking in the spirit, okay, in the flow. But whatever it is, love, all these things, if you end up taking and taking and taking and taking and you don't give, you knock yourself out of alignment of the ebb of flow of life as far as giving and receiving. Okay, and then chapter 3 was the law of karma, or cause and effect, how a lot of us can even transcend our karma, but it takes the work. So it also helps you to be a deliberate and aware person, where in every moment of your life, it may seem overwhelming because they come through Andrew Call. Okay, I told you, Andrew Carl will be trying to come over on my channel sometimes. I be giving him, ever since I put that trailer up, he kind of been having this spirit over here. So I give him some honor when it's due sometimes, because I got to try to love everybody, okay? I'm finding my way of what that looks like, okay? So I'm going to have my Andrew Caldwell moments, no shade. Um, but it's just a lot of things that we can learn that can help us better ourselves, okay? So today we're going to be reading chapter 4, if I can get to it. Wait, before we do that, we gotta be smart, because we've been smart the other times. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on to the night. I know that was not the right key. I always never have this pulled up. Okay, where we at? Let me see. 1 second, y'all. Excuse me. Welcome to BubzDaGawd, baby, where we free, okay? And I'm trying to figure out even more what the hell that looks like every day. Boom. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, okay, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips to balance in favor of fair use, okay? So with that being said, what's up, Queen Spicy? Oh, y'all rocking with me early on today. I might have to switch up my time thing. Maybe what TTB said was true. Start going earlier, and then maybe you'll get more people. Well, I'm going to try to find a way to put that in, but I'm always going to be a night owl person, so people can still catch it on the replay. Shoot, maybe it wasn't meant for them to hear it at that time. So give me 1 second to go ahead and sip this water, and then we're going to get into chapter 4, entitled The Law of Least Effort. Give me a moment. Okay, okay. Also, if you love the ambient music being played in the background, I have the links to them in the description box. Okay, again, shout out to Cosmic Perspective, their YouTube channel. I've kind of been using their instrumentals and kind of transposing them and kind of changing them a little bit to kind of fit the BubzDaGawd vibe. Okay, but if you want to hear, if you like what you're hearing now and you want to hear more of it, go ahead and hit the link down below, and subscribe to Cosmic Perspective. Okay, very amazing ambient meditational music. You can do a lot of things to this music. But anyway, let's get into chapter 4, entitled The Law, okay, of Least Effort. Nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease, with carefreeness, harmony, and love. And when we harness the force of harmony, joy, and love, we create success and good fortune with effortless ease. An integral being knows without going, sees without looking, and accomplishes without doing, and that is by Lao Tzu. I like that, okay? Work smarter, not harder, what I be saying a lot on my channel. The fourth spiritual law of success is the law of least effort. This law is based on the fact that nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease and abandoned carefreeness. This is the principle of least action, of no resistance. This is, therefore, the principle of harmony and love. When we learn this lesson from nature, we easily fulfill our desires. If you observe nature at work, you will see that least effort is expended. Grass doesn't try to grow, it just grows. Fish don't try to swim, they just swim. Flowers don't try to bloom, they bloom. Birds don't try to fly, okay, they fly. This is their intrinsic nature. The earth doesn't try to spin on its own axis. It is the nature of the earth to spin with dizzying speed and to hurtle through space. It is the nature of babies to be in bliss. It is the nature of the sun to shine. It is the nature of the stars to glitter and sparkle. And it is human nature to make our dreams manifest into physical form easily and effortlessly. In Vedic science, the old age philosophy of India, this principle is known as the principle of economy of effort, or do less and accomplish more. Ultimately, you come to the state where you do nothing and accomplish everything. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? What is commonly called a miracle is actually an expression of the law of least effort. Let me say that again. What is commonly called a miracle, right, is actually the expression of the law of least effort. And as I'm reading this again for a second time, it's just certain things are hitting me again. So again, when I read these books, I'm not just reading them to share the information, but to also learn from it and apply it to my life as well. Because I ain't trying to be no hypocrite. Well, we going to be somewhat of a hypocrite in some way, form, or fashion, but to be the least hypocrite you can, okay? Praise him. What was that? Okay. Nature's intelligence functions effortlessly, frictionlessly, spontaneously. It is non-linear, okay? It is intuitive, holistic, and nourishing. And when you are in harmony with nature, when you are established in the knowledge of your true self, you can make use of the law of least effort. Least effort is expended when your actions are motivated by love, because nature is held together by the energy of love. When you seek power and control over other people, you waste energy. When you seek money or power for the sake of the ego, you spend energy chasing the illusion of happiness instead of enjoying happiness in the moment. Ooh, baby, that just hit me. When you seek money for personal gain only, you cut off the flow of energy to yourself and interfere with the expression of nature's intelligence. But when your actions are motivated by love, there is no waste of energy. When your actions are motivated by love, your energy multiplies and accumulates. And the surplus energy you gather and enjoy can be channeled to create anything you want, including unlimited wealth. Okay? Because, baby, one thing about BubzDaGawd, I'm manifesting financial freedom, and no tea, no shade, but all facts. I'm feeling that energy on the smallest level. Again, I've been doing this since 2020. Walking by faith, baby. It's scary, but it's exciting, and it will never change. I'm just learning to get used to it, okay? So, yeah. Where are we at? You can think of your physical body as a device for controlling energy, right? It can generate, store, and expend energy. If you know how to generate, store, and expend energy in an efficient way, then you can create any amount of wealth. Attention to the ego consumes the greatest amount of energy. When your internal reference point, okay, is the ego, internal, inside is the ego. When you seek power and control over other people or seek approval from others, you spend energy in a wasteful way. When that energy is freed up, it can be rechanneled and used to create anything you want. When your internal reference point is your spirit, when you are immune to criticism and unfearful of any challenge, you can harness the power of love and use energy creatively for the experience of affluence and evolution. In The Art of Dreaming, Don Juan tells Carlos Castaneda, I hope I said that right, most of our energy goes into upholding our importance. If we were capable of losing some of that importance, two extraordinary things could happen to us. One, we would free our energy from trying to maintain the illusionary idea of our grandeur. And two, we would provide ourselves with energy. We will provide ourselves with enough energy to catch a glimpse of the actual grandeur, okay, of the universe, end quote. There are three components to the law of least effort. Three things you can do to put this principle of do less and accomplish more into action. The first component is acceptance. Acceptance simply means that you make a commitment, okay? Today, I will accept people, situations, circumstances, and events as they occur, okay? This means I will know that this moment, okay, it is as it should be, because the whole universe is as it should be. This moment, the one you're experiencing right now, is the culmination of all the moments you have experienced in the past. This moment is as it is because the entire universe is as it is. Now, when you struggle against this moment, you're actually struggling against the entire universe. Instead, you can make the decision that today you will not struggle, okay, against the whole universe by struggling against this moment. This means that your acceptance of this moment is total and complete. You accept things as they are, not as you wish they were in this moment, okay? Now, this is important, imperative. What's up, Miss English? This is important, imperative to understand. You can wish for things in the future to be different, but in this moment, you have to accept things as they are. Now, this part I want y'all to listen to because I got some parts that I have highlighted with a highlighter, so I was talking to me. So I'm talking to myself again, so I hope that we can all learn something from this, okay? When you feel frustrated or upset by a person or a situation, remember that you are not reacting to the person or the situations, but your feelings about the person or the situations. These are your feelings, okay? And your feelings are not someone else's fault. I'm gonna say that again because baby, kind of stepped on my own toe with that one. When you feel frustrated or upset by a person or a situation or situations, remember that you are not reacting to the person or the situation, but to your feelings about the person or the situation. These are your feelings, and your feelings are not someone else's fault. When you recognize and understand this completely, you are ready to take responsibility for how you feel and to change it. And if you can accept things as they are, you are ready to take responsibility for your situation and for all the events you see as problems. Now, once we kind of dealt with that, because baby, it's going to take us a minute. It took me a minute. It still take me some times. I'm glad I'm reading this because I'm reminding myself because baby, walking by faith means application too. So I'm learning as well. But once we kind of accept that first component, this will now lead us to the second component, right? Of the law of least effort, which is responsibility. What does responsibility mean, right? Responsibility means not blaming anyone or anything for your situation, including yourself. I'm going to read that one more time. Responsibility means not blaming anyone or anything for your situation, including yourself. Now, having accepted this circumstance, this event, this problem, responsibility then means the ability to have a creative response to the situation as it is now. All problems, not some, not a few, but all, A-L-L, okay? All problems contain the seed of opportunity, okay? And this awareness allows you to take the moment and transform it to a better situation or thing. All problems contain the seeds of opportunity, and this awareness allows you to take the moment and transform it to a better situation or thing. Okay, baby? Okay? Once you do this, every so-called upsetting situation will become an opportunity for the creation of something new and beautiful. and every so-called tormentor or tyrant will become your teacher. See, reality is an interpretation. Wow. Reality is an interpretation. And if you choose to interpret reality in this way, you will have many teachers, okay, around you and many opportunities to evolve. So shout out to Spicy and Donna who are saying, I ain't that evolved. I got to work on that. And that's okay, because there are a lot of things that I still need to work on. But once we continue to love ourselves and to apply different laws to our life, because this is just simply 7. I know there's so many more, but just like a basic foundation, like when we end up in those situations, because they will happen to us, to be aware in those moments, like still be human, still be upset, still feel some type of way about it, but at least start to challenge those thoughts about yourself so that when other situations come about that trigger you, you've kind of started the whole habit of being aware of your thoughts and your emotions till you get to a point to where you can do it like it's second nature. And sometimes I feel like that's the way that it is for me, and then I fall back out. So even I'm still learning and growing. So again, whenever there's an opportunity or a situation or circumstance or a person who triggers us, to also be aware that, okay, this is an opportunity to do something different that's better for me. And it's gonna hurt in the beginning, trust me, because it's like, wait a minute, bitch, hold on, I'm gonna have to what? It's gonna hurt. Because when you grow, it does hurt. But again, that pain is temporary. Because again, you setting yourself up to be successful. And once you know that all your success really comes from how you interpret reality and what you think and feel and believe about it, once you tap into that, and especially through love, again, nothing that I can say or this book can say can be equivalent to what the reality could be for you. Okay? And this is universal. Okay? Where we at? Let me see. Oh. Where am I at? Okay. Whenever confronted by a tyrant, tormentor, teacher, friend, or foe, and they all mean the same thing when you talk about spirit, no shade, remind yourself, okay? This moment is as it should be. Again, it's going to take a while, baby, because in your mind, you can be like, fuck that. But again, you got to start somewhere. Do not despise small beginnings, baby. All it takes is the initiative and the will and the commitment. And baby, I'm telling you, everything else just falls into line afterwards. Whatever relationship you have attracted in your life at this moment are precisely the ones you need in your life at this moment. And baby, that's why my 20s was about learning to love myself, because I was trying to love and find relationships, and I kept attracting the same thing over and over again until I started realizing that I'm hitting my own head. Okay? There is a hidden meaning behind all events, okay? And this hidden meaning is serving your own evolution. Like the old saying goes, especially in religion, that all things are working for my good. All things are working for all. Okay, keyword all. Now, once we've dealt with that, we'll move on to the third component of the law of least effort, okay, which is defenselessness, which means that your awareness is established in defenselessness, and you have relinquished the need to convince or persuade others of your point of view. That's something I'm working on too, baby. Again, this book chopped with my ass too, okay? But I'm glad, because it means that, baby, I'm on the right path. It's just Pai Mei from Kill Bill 2 is my teacher, okay? If you observe people around you, you'll see that they spend 99% of their time defending their points of view. Wow. If you just relinquish the need to defend your point of view, you will, in that relinquishment, okay, gain access to enormous amounts of energy that have been previously wasted. Interesting. Where am I at? When you become defensive, blame others, and do not accept and surrender to the moment, your life meets resistance. Anytime you encounter resistance, recognize that if you force the situation, the resistance will only increase. Or another saying that goes, what you resist will always persist. Okay? Now, you don't want to stand rigid like a tall oak tree, okay, that cracks and claps in the storm. Instead, you want to be flexible like a reed that bends with the storm and survives. Ooh, okay. Completely desist from defending your point of view. When you have no point to defend, you do not allow the birth of an argument. Now, if you do this consistently, if you stop fighting and resisting, you will fully experience the present, which is a gift. Someone once told me, the past is history, the future is a mystery, and this moment is a gift. That is why this moment is called the present. Okay? Now, if you embrace the present, okay, and become one with it and merge with it, you will experience a fire, a glow, a sparkle of ecstasy throbbing, because I said it right this time, okay, in this context, in every living sentient being. As you begin to experience this exulsion of spirit in everything that is alive, as you become intimate with it, joy will be born within you, and you will drop the terrible burdens and encumbrance, I think that's what I said, encumbrance, okay, of defensiveness, resentment, and hurtfulness. Only then will you become lighthearted, carefree, joyous, and above all things, free. Okay? In this joyful, simple freedom, you will know without any doubt in your heart that what you want is available to you whenever you want it, okay? Because your want will be from the level of happiness, not the level of anxiety or fear. You do not need to justify. Simply declare your intent to yourself, and you will experience fulfillment, delight, joy, freedom, and autonomy in every moment of your life. Make a commitment to follow the path of no resistance. This is the path through which nature's intelligence unfolds spontaneously without friction or effort. When you have the exquisite combination of acceptance, responsibility, and defenselessness, you will experience life flowing with effortless ease. When you remain open to all points of view, not rigidly attached to just one, okay, your dreams and desires will flow with nature's desires. Then you can release your intentions without attachment and just wait for the appropriate season for your desires to blossom into reality. You can be sure that when the season is right, baby, and I'm talking to myself right here, you can be sure that when the season is right, your desires will manifest, okay? This is the law of least effort. Okay. I'm so glad that I'm reading this chapter because I needed to hear that. Because I know my season is slowly but surely approaching, baby. I'm at the threshold of it. And again, just reading this and then sharing the information and feeling good about sharing the information. Okay, baby. When I die and draw my last breath, bitch, it's going to be with a smile on my face because I did what I wanted to do, okay? Now, applying the law of least effort, all right? And this is like the end of this chapter before we get into chapter 5. So this is like a declaration, to be somewhat, not somewhat, but to commit or to attempt to commit to this, okay? I will put the law of least effort into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. First, I will practice acceptance. Today, I will accept people, situations, circumstances, and events as they occur. I will know that this moment is as it should be, because the whole universe is as it should be. I will not struggle against the whole universe by struggling against this moment. My acceptance is total and complete, I accept things as they are in this moment, not as I wish they were. Second, having accepted things as they are, I will take responsibility for my situation and for all those events I see as problems. I know that taking responsibility means not blaming anyone or anything for my situation, and this includes myself. I also know that every problem is an opportunity in disguise, and this alertness to opportunities allow me to take this moment and transform it into a greater benefit. And third, today, my awareness will remain established in defenselessness. Okay? I will relinquish the need to defend my point of view. I will feel no need to convince or persuade others to accept my point of view. I will remain open to all points of view and not be rigidly attached to any one of them. And that is the end, chapter 4, entitled The Law of Least Effort. Okay? And before we get into chapter 5, kind of want to just talk a little bit about chapter 4, at least for me personally. This is where I am in my life right now. Learning how to, again, work smarter and not harder. And, even the situation with surviving 305, I had insecurities in my head. I had thoughts in my head. Again, I see what the comment sections be looking like, baby. That's why I don't really be trying to watch it live, because I be like, damn, y'all be tearing people up in the comment section. Now, I understand if it's in a funny way, like fun shade, I'm cool with that, but you never know. But then again, the ego wants to interpret these things, and then you start dealing with your own guilt and shame and fear and all this stuff. This gives me the opportunity to literally face what I interpret as fear and to again walk through that fear. And for example, like when it talks about accepting things as they are in this moment, for example, let's say, hypothetically speaking, someone has an incurable disease or a disease that is terminal, right? I can only just imagine how fear and anxiety would just wrap them up, because now their mortality is being faced, right? And even though this is considered a terminal illness, there have been accounts and stories of people who were able to transcend what was terminal and to get back into alignment and to be completely healed. There were some people who that was a part of their karmic debt, but they had the opportunity to work out their karmic debt in that way, to look at life differently. Like maybe they didn't show up and be the best parent or the best family member, and now that they have this terminal illness, now it inspires them to literally see life for what it is, to drop all the charades, to drop all the stuff. And we see that a lot when people are on their deathbeds, how the truth it just comes out, right? But what if we were able to accept that in that moment? Because in that moment, there is seeds for something greater to happen. To where you can manifest miracles, or you can manifest a peace that passes all understanding, even though the ego wants to interpret it in this way. Or whether you're trying to build your own business and it seems like everything is falling apart, or, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And that's one thing I have to remind myself: when you are asking the universe, or tapping in, shall I say, to the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, when you are touching and agreeing with things and you want to manifest those things, we have a lot of desires and attachments to it. And we want it to happen now. And what can we do now? As opposed to the end of that chapter where it said in its appropriate season. And I'm learning that I want things to manifest when it's right, so that I can maintain it and help it to grow and evolve as well. But when you do those things, the universe is going to do its part. You have to do your part as far as letting it go. So it means, again, the acceptance of what things are right now. And when you want something greater, prepare for things to fall apart. When you want something different, expect the reality that you have now to fall apart. But you have to remind yourself that everything that is falling apart is being removed so that what I desire can come into my life. I have to be actively aware to let all of this go. I have to be actively aware to relinquish my attachments to it. And that is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. Again, it's about application. It's about practice. It's about turning that into a habit. It's about associating it with your everyday reality as much as you can. And slowly but surely, you will start to, even me, I see small things happening and I don't be sitting there, oh my God, I feel like I should be here. Everybody else rising above me, everybody growing, everybody getting thousands of subscribers, everybody getting views and all this stuff. I could choose to interpret that in a lens of jealousy. And be like, well, I'm putting in work too, right? I could do that, or I could do what I've been doing, celebrate everybody. I'm not jealous of everybody. I'm happy for everybody. I'm excited for everybody. And even in moments where my ego might want to be riled up a little bit, to still remind myself and be like, you know what? Yours is coming in due season. But what are you doing now to prepare yourself for it? Because when you get it, baby, what you going to do with it? You ask for it and here it is. So what you going to do in your part? Because the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, so many different names, same energy frequency source. We be so used to things not working out that when it finally does work out, how do we appreciate that? Do we destroy ourselves in our head with it? That, oh, this is too good to be true? Or do we be like, yes, thank you, I appreciate it, Again, I could talk about this forever. And I will, because I know that this type of spiritual stuff is going to be a part of my expression of BubzDaGawd. Right? But when you read these books and these people who came before you, who are following this underlying theme of humanity that connects us all together in a beautiful, harmonious, joyful, loving way, there comes a point in time where you have to make a choice on and stand on what you believe. And when you're walking the flow of love and all that, you have to understand that you're going to be on a roller coaster ride. You're going to be up, down, round, all that shit. You're going to be on all type of stuff, baby. Don't you know how your stomach feel when you be on a roller coaster? Just be topsy-turvy. You have to accept that life going to be like that. But just like a roller coaster, even the parts where things get scary, it can also be exciting. It don't have to be just scary. It can be scary and exciting. It don't have to be a period. It can be a comma. And it's so crazy because now that I'm reading this stuff, and it's like I'm having deja vu moments and flashbacks to where a wise mystic said that you have to live life with commas and not periods. There's so much to us as human beings that we're still tapping into. Even me. I'm going to be 32 next month, and I'm still figuring out things about young BubzDaGawd that I chose and participated in suppressing because I felt like I had to survive. But now I'm learning how to live. Regardless of whatever my situation looked like, I'm making the choice to live because that's all the fuck I can do. And because I'm applying this to my life and it's such a good news to me, I have to pay it forward. That's one of the things I'm practicing right now on a smaller scale, because when my omega level shit manifests in the right season, I'm still going to have to honor myself with that and to pay it forward, because it was so many people who did it for me, who's probably not even around to even see me ascend to that level. But they did it in love and let it go and let love do love's job. And I'm just making sure I'm doing my part. So, and you're exactly right, Spicy. Quality over quantity any day. And at least for me, every day, with this false world kind of falling apart, a lot of truths are coming to light. Personal truths, objective truths, universal spiritual truths. And a lot of us have held on to very rigid things for so long because it was a part of our identity. But when we operate in love, we start to become detached from all of these things. Kind of like what it says in the Bible, to be in the world but not of it. To realize that I am just a visitor here on earth, that I am just vacationing here on earth, girl, and I'm here to enjoy myself and to and all through all things, because I know that one day I will go back home. But I still got a direct line to home. I still got a direct connection to home. I haven't severed that connection. And that every single living, breathing, sentient human being is connected to that source. And even though people try to divide it up by religions and beliefs and perspectives, which is cool, it still comes from the same universal source. But again, we have to work through that fear. And I'm going to do my part, baby, and I'm going to love myself, because, girl, I ain't going to hold you on it. And then we're going to go ahead and take a quick break and then get into chapter 5. But no shade. The way my ass be thinking as far as the level of activism and just love that I'm doing for myself, that's why I make sure I have to step my self-defense game up, girl. Because I know that when I get to a certain level and people start really questioning things, baby, motherfuckers going to try to take me out, girl. And I'm going to be protected by Oshun and Ogun and all them, baby. It's a different day. Okay? You might not have hella followers yet, but the people that you fuck with hold you in high regard. And that's the most important thing for me. Because like I've always said in my stuff, and that's the thing about me, like when I say this, it's not me being cocky or being conceited. It's me speaking factual facts because it's the truth. When I do commentary on my channel that has on this, I be stuck between 753 to 756. It always goes up. I can't break 750. Can't even get to 800. But that's all right. But regardless, whenever I do commentary about somebody and speak on them, or whenever I open my mouth and speak on a project or something, I may not get the viewers that these projects and these people get, but the people that created the projects watch it. And they interact. When I tell you BubzDaGawd is working smarter and not harder, girl, I'm already 5'2". Why I gotta keep working hard for, girl? I'm already short. I don't even want to change my height. I want to love me where I'm at. I want to see what life is for a leprechaun, okay? And again, nothing beats experience. Like me talking about this and this smile on my face and me just being reminded of this and having to remind myself when things kind of get a little icky. And then to share it with y'all, it's just like, I want y'all to go forth and do great things, wonderful things. Everybody has a gift and talent. I just want people to fall in love with it. Because you have a purpose. The fact that you are here, you have your own individual, unique fingerprint that don't nobody else got. Except for the government with these iPhones and shit. Because I have an iPhone 8 before. So, you know, they got all types of shit. But to you, okay? You, God, source, universe, mother nature, whatever you want to call it, has allowed for you to walk upon its back. For you to experience itself. So you have license to be who you are. And you have so many choices. There are some people who are going to choose to look at things from the ego. They're going to make that choice. But you also have people who are going to make choice in love. And I'm just saying, baby, I guess because for me, baby, when you do it in love, it's girl, the benefits and the package is a lot better and it's free. What package you know has everything but it's free? What package you would think that's some scamming shit. You would think it was somebody over in a foreign country, girl, I'm about to scam these motherfuckers. You thinking it would be something like that. But again, question the fear and study to show thyself approved. Because baby, I'm okay with fear as long as it's fearful and exciting. I'm okay with that. That's what I'm learning. Example, there's a content creator with way more followers, etc., but you were the one chosen to host it. And going back, and I promise we're gonna take a break because I need to drink some water. Going back to, I think it was chapter 2. Chapter 2, the law of giving and receiving. I was talking to Jamal. You know, we had a little chill session. It was cool. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? After the whole thing, we had a chance to just sit down and just talk. You know what I mean? Not just run around, get everything together. And he was like, Bubz, like, you've been fucking with the Lamage company for over a year. That's including when I did the Come Up Miami. Because if it wasn't for Lamage company, if it wasn't for Jamal, there would be no Come Up Miami. If it wasn't for Lamage company telling Karan, hey, we need to take these content creators and we need to highlight them because they're watching our content, they're putting it out there more, and they're giving different perspectives to help us become better. Like, we need to give them that. And that's the reason why I was on the virtual reunion. And no shade, my part of the thing is what people tell me that they remember from the whole thing. And you know what? I haven't even watched the review yet. I haven't even watched the reunion. Because I'm still dealing with my own insecurities and fears of watching myself outside of my control and what people might say about it. So I have my own fears and stuff that I'm dealing with. And then when I started reviewing Surviving 305, I was the only content creator, unfortunately, not for season 2. Because I already told Scotty ass, I said, nigga, you need to motherfucking slice out some time. Scotty by nature, slice out some time and review it. I don't even give a damn if Scotty becomes the reunion host. I can't even talk. Reunion show host. Okay, for season 2. I ain't gonna be mad. Why? God still blessing me. Source, universe, mother nature still blessing me. But again, I pay it forward and I share it. But because I was the only one reviewing it at that time, he saw it in me. He was in the comments. He was messaging me. Okay, Bubz, we about to motherfucker. This shit stop at 10. Okay, I need for you to go ahead and get your live up. I mean, you going live tonight? What we doing? We in the building. And they will watch the whole thing, rewatch it, share my stuff. I got flued out, okay? And my Carisha Please Young Miami voice got flued out to be a pre-show host and then got upgraded to the reunion show host. You talking about facing fear? But I had to remind myself, oh God, okay, God, Source Universe, you're doing something here. There is something in here for me that's going to benefit not just me, but those I come into contact with. And if this is what I got to go through in order to get to that, I'll go through it. That's scary. Because for one, you just really affirmed the universe, like, okay, then, well, he participating, so go ahead, send it to him. but the opportunities and doors that have opened and that will open because I face my fear, bitch. I'm I'm manifesting in my life right now. Them Beyonce, God, why'd you give me this life? I'm going to have multiple of those. And I'm going to be a very emotional man. I'm going to be crying and everything. I don't give a damn. I'm about to help revolutionize masculinity and saying that it's okay to cry and be human. And for the first time in a very long time, and then we'll get to our break, I started dreaming big again. When I was in my 20s, my dreams were on the back burner. I didn't give a damn because I wanted a relationship. I wanted someone to experience the journey of me manifesting my best life, having someone there. But how can I do that putting my hope and my salvation, my life in the hands of somebody else who didn't even know how to do it for themselves or was willing to do the same thing and reciprocate? And looking back at it, it was the universe telling me, Bubz, you gotta love yourself. Because every situation had the same outcome. Different name, different person, same outcome. Until 2018 came and literally knocked me up my socks. And I almost didn't make it. I almost didn't make it. Made it. I almost didn't make it, sorry. I almost participated in self-deleting myself because I was that broken. Oh, but now, baby, different thing. So, all right, y'all, we're going to take a quick break for a second, all right? And then we're going to be back with chapter 5 of the spiritual laws of success, entitled The Law of Intention and Desire, okay? So y'all make sure y'all enjoy the vibes and the frequencies, and we will be right back. Okay? One moment. Hey y'all, hey, my bad. Pinky had to go pee pee. Okay, I gotta go pee pee now. Pinky had to pee pee. When you drink a lot of water, baby, when nature calls. When nature calls. Okay, let me do this real quick. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'll just put TY. There we go. TY. You and I, TY. All right. Girl, but over here, nasal sound like a damn predator and shit. Shit, excuse me. Allergies acting weird, y'all. All right, let's get into chapter 5, entitled The Law of Intention and Desires. Okay. Inherent in every intention and desire is the mechanics for its fulfillment. Intention and desire in the field of pure potentiality have infinite organizing power. And when we introduce an intention in the fertile ground of pure potentiality, we put this infinite organizing power to work for us. Let's see what this is given, okay? In the beginning, there was desire, which was the first seed of mind. Sages have meditated in their hearts, have discovered by their wisdom the connection of the existent with the non-existent, and that is the hymn of creation by the Rig Veda. Okay? Shout out to the Rig Veda. The fifth spiritual law of success is the law of intention and desire. This law is based on the fact that energy and information exist everywhere in nature. In fact, at the level of the quantum field, there is nothing other than energy and information. The quantum field is just another label for the field of pure consciousness or pure potentiality. And this quantum field is influenced by intention and desire. So let's examine the process in detail. A flower, a rainbow, a tree, a blade of grass, a human body, when broken down to their essential components, are energy and information. The whole universe in its essential nature, is the movement of energy and information. The whole universe in its essential nature is the movement, of energy and information. The only difference between you and a tree is the informational and energy component of your respective bodies. Now, on the material level, both you and the tree are made up of the same recycled elements, mostly carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and other elements in minute amounts. You could buy these elements in a hardware store for a couple of dollars. Again, this book is old as hell because you can't buy that in no damn stuff now in 2023. The difference, therefore, between you and the tree is not the carbon or the hydrogen or the oxygen. In fact, you and the tree are constantly exchanging your carbon and oxygen with each other. The real difference between the two of you is in the energy and in the information. In the scheme of nature, you and I are a privileged species. Okay? We have a nervous system that is capable of becoming aware of the energy and information content of that localized field that gives rise to our physical body. We experience this field subjectively as our own thoughts, feelings, emotions, desires, memories, instincts, drives, and beliefs. This same field is experienced objectively as the physical body, and through the physical body, we experience this field as the world. But it's all the same stuff, y'all. It really is. This is why the ancient seers exclaimed, I am that, you are that, all this is that, and that's all there is, because it's all that, this is all that, oh, damn, let me stop. Oh my God, the 90s. I want to cry. I miss it so much. Your body is not separate from the body of the universe, because at quantum mechanical levels, there are no well-defined edges. See, you are like a wiggle, a wave, a fluctuation, a convolution, a whirlpool, a localized disturbance in the larger quantum field. The larger quantum field, the universe, is your extended body. Not only is the human nervous system capable of becoming aware of the information and energy of its own quantum field, but because humans consciously is infinitely flexible through this wonderful nervous system, you are able to consciously change the informational context that gives rise to your physical body. You can consciously change the energy and informational content of your own quantum mechanical body, and therefore influence the energy and informational context of your extended body, your environment, your world, and cause things to manifest in it. This conscious change is brought about by the two qualities inherent in consciousness: attention or attention and intention. Okay? Attention energizes and intention transforms. Again, attention energizes and intention transforms. Let me get a sip of water real quick. Excuse me. Okay. Whatever you put your attention on will grow stronger in your life. Whatever you take your attention away from will wither, disintegrate, and disappear. Intention, on the other hand, triggers transformation of energy and information. Intention organizes its own fulfillment. The quality of intention on the object of attention, right, will orchestrate an infinity of space-time events to bring about the outcome intended, provided one follows the other spiritual laws of success. This is because intention, okay, the I, not the A, intention, in the fertile ground of attention, okay, or attention, has infinite organizing power. Infinite organizing power means the power to organize an infinity of space-time events all at the same time. Not be over here dream walking and stuff like Doctor Strange. Come on now. They say that art imitates life and vice versa. We see the expression of this infinite organizing power in every blade of grass, in every apple blossom, in every cell of our body. We see it in everything that is alive. Sorry, I'm looking at something. In the scheme of nature, everything correlates and connects with everything else. The groundhog comes out of the earth and you know it's going to be spring. Birds begin to migrate in a certain direction at a certain time of the year. Nature is a symphony. And that symphony is being silently orchestrated at the ultimate ground of creation. The human body is another good example of this symphony. A single cell in the human body is doing about 6 trillion things per second, and it has to know what every other cell is doing at the same time. The human body can play music, kill germs, make a baby, recite poetry, and monitor the movement of stars all at the same time, because the field of infinite correlation is part of its information field. What is remarkable about the nervous system of the human species is that it can command the infinite organizing power through conscious intent. Intent is the human species. Excuse me. Intent in the human species is not fixed or locked into a rigid network of energy and information. It has infinite flexibility. In other words, as long as you do not violate the laws of nature, through your intent, you can literally command the laws of nature to fulfill your dreams and desires. I bet Lance Scared gonna take a sound bite of this. See, I told you, you over there being a homosexual when you reading about nature, can't even understand it, girl. Did you not hear it say it's infinite flexibility, baby? And I ain't violate no other laws of nature, cause man's. You can put the cosmic computer with its infinite organizing power to work for you. You can go to that ultimate ground of creation and introduce an intention. And just by introducing the intention, you activate the field of infinite correlation. Intention lays the groundwork for the effortless, spontaneous, frictionless flow of pure potentiality, seeking expression from the unmanifest to the manifest. The only caution is that you use your intent for the benefit of mankind. Come on now. This happens spontaneously when you are in alignment with the 7 spiritual laws of success. Intent is the real power behind desire. Intent alone is very powerful because intent is desire without attachment to the outcome. Desire alone is weak because desire in most people is attention with attachment. Intent is desire with strict adherence to all the other laws, but particularly the law of detachment, which is the 6th spiritual law of success. Intent combined with detachment leads to life-centered present moment awareness. And when action is performed in present moment awareness, it is most effective. Your intent is for the future, but your attention is in the present. Again, your intention or your intent is for the future, but your attention is in the present. As long as your attention is in the present and your intent is for the future. Let me say that again, y'all. Excuse me. Learn to love myself through it all, baby. As long as your attention is in the present, then your intent for the future will manifest. There we go. Because the future is created in the present. You must accept the present as it is. Accept the present and intend for the future. The future is something you can always create through detached intent, but you should never struggle against the present. The past, present, and future are all properties of consciousness. The past is recollection, memory. The future is anticipation. The present is awareness. Therefore, time is the movement of thought. Both past and future are born in the imagination. Come, reading me. Come on. Let me take a sip of water, baby. That was a moment. Wow. And again, me reading this again for the second time, it's just, you're always learning. You never stop. Therefore, time is the movement of thought. Both past and future are born in the imagination. Only the present, which is awareness, is real and eternal. I mean, it is. It is the potentiality for space-time, matter, and energy. It is an eternal, field of possibilities, experiencing itself as abstract forces, whether they be light, heat, electricity, magnetism, or gravity. These forces are neither in the past nor in the future. They just are. Our interpretation of these abstract forces gives us the experience of concrete phenomena and form. Remembered interpretations of abstract forces create the experience of the past. Anticipatory interpretations of the same abstract forces create the future. They are the qualities of attention and consciousness. When these qualities are freed, from the burden of the past, then action in the present becomes the fertile ground for the creation of the future. Intention with the I, grounded in this detached freedom of the present, serves as the catalyst for the right mix of matter, energy, and space-time events to create whatever it is that you desire. If you have life-centered, present moment awareness, then the imaginary obstacles, which are more than 90% of perceived obstacles, disintegrate and disappear. The remaining 5 to 10% of perceived obstacles can be transmuted into opportunities through one pointed intention. One pointed intention is that quality of attention that is unbuilding in its fixity of purpose. One pointed intention with the I means holding your attention to the intended outcome with such unbending purpose that you absolutely refuse to allow obstacles to consume and dissipate the focus quality of your attention. Ikarabo ishkatai. When I tell you that I'm living in a household of motherfuckers who is doing this right now, oh, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. I'm just over here gagging. Be careful what you wish for. The universe said you want that Beyonce. Why did God give me this life shit? You about to have one right now on the screen, girl. Wow. There is a total and complete exclusion of all obstacles from your consciousness. Okay? You are able to maintain an unshakable serenity while being committed to your goal with intense passion. This is the power of detached awareness and one-pointed, focused intention simultaneously. Learn to harness the power of intention, and you can create anything you desire. I mean, you can still get results through, effort and through trying, but at a cost. The cost is stress, heart attacks, and the compromised function of your immune system. It is much better, to execute the following 5 steps in the law of intention and desire. When you follow these 5 steps for fulfilling your desires, intention generates its own power. And before we get into those 5 steps, let me take another sip of water. 'Cause baby, me smoking this weed, baby, cotton mouth kind of setting. Hold on. Okay. As you call, we're trying to interfere, baby. He's trying to interfere because that vibe never leave. That vibe will never leave you, nor forsake you. Okay. First, slip into the gap. Okay. Slip into the gap. This means to center yourself in that silent space between thoughts, to go into the silence, that level of being, which is your essential state. And again, if you want to tap into that, go back to the first, I believe, chapter 1 of this read through, and it will help you to, it will break it down further for you to get into that flow. Okay, because again, we in chapter 5, so we kind of going with the flow. All right. Second, established in that state of being, release your intention and desires. When you are actually in the gap, there's no thought, there's no intention. But as you come out of the gap, at that junction between the gap and the thought, you introduce your introduce the intention, or your intention, same thing. If you have a series of goals, you can write them down and have your intention focused on them before you go into the gap. If you want to have a successful career, for example, you go into the gap with that intention, and the intention will already be there as a faint flicker in your awareness. Releasing your intentions and desires in the gap means planting them in the fertile ground of what? Pure potentiality. Again, chapter 1. And expecting them to bloom when the season is right. You do not want to dig up the seeds of your desires to see if they are growing, or get rigidly attached to the way in which they will unfold. You simply want to release them. Third, remain in the state of self-referral. This means remain established in the awareness of your true self, your spirit, your connection to the field of pure potentiality. It also means not to look at yourself through the eyes of the world or allow yourself to be influenced by the opinions and criticisms of others. A helpful way to maintain that state of self-referral is to keep your desires to yourself. Do not share them with anyone else unless they share the exact same desires that you have and are closely bonded with you. Can't tell everybody everything, baby. 4, relinquish your attachment to the outcome. This is the part where a lot of us get stuck at, and I can't even be stuck at sometimes. This means giving up your rigid attachment to a specific result and living in the wisdom of uncertainty. It means enjoying every moment in the journey of your life, even if you don't know the outcome. Ooh-wee. And lastly, 5, let the universe handle the details, okay? Your intentions and desires, when released in the gap, have infinite organizing power. Trust that infinite organizing power of intention to orchestrate all the details for you. Again, working smarter, not harder, okay? Now remember that your true nature is one of pure spirit. Carry the consciousness of your spirit wherever you go. Gently release your desires, and the universe will handle the details for you. Now we go to like the little pledge that we're going to commit to trying to apply these laws in our life when the universe opens them up, because always every day is an opportunity for you to get closer to what it is that you desire or your intention. Okay? Even this just reminded me that when I do my meditations, to continue to release even more in there, because now I kind of understand what the gap is, at least through my own interpretation of my experience when I go into meditation or when I'm just in the stillness of the present moment. It's to the point to where I can literally I'm learning that I can multitask in my mind. It's kind of weird. Like I'm still aware while I'm doing something else, while also thinking about, like, I'm learning how to be, again, intentional with my mind, to be aware of my mind. That's why I love weed so much, because for one of the reasons why, again, there's so many reasons, but it helps my mind to slow down too, because my mind works very fast. And sometimes even when uncertainty hits, or anything that is kind of like undesirable comes through, it's like, okay, I have to actively pay attention to my thoughts, which sometimes can be a little self-defeating. Because, oh, what about this? And again, healing that young BubzDaGawd inside. I'm still learning these 7 spiritual laws of success, whatever you want to call them, is really about healing. Choosing to actively heal what's going on inside of you. A wise mystic once said that when you do self-love and self-healing, and when you're, going through, doing your shadow work and stuff like that, it's like going under the knife without any sort of anesthesia, any sort of anything to help numb the pain. Like, you're going to feel everything. You're going to feel everything. But even what you're feeling is just you letting go of things that no longer serve you. And that we're going to be doing that for the rest of our lives, because this is the universe. This is Earth. Okay, this is the planet of lessons. Okay. But anyway, let's get into the applying the law of intention and desire. Excuse me. A little pledge thing. I will put the law of intention with an I, and desire into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. First, I will make a list of all my desires. I will carry this list with me everywhere I go. I will look at this list before I go into my silence and meditation. I will look at it before I go to sleep at night. I will look at it when I wake up in the morning. Second, I will release this list of my desires and surrender it to the womb of creation, trusting that when things don't seem to go my way, there is a reason, and that the cosmic plan has designs for me much grander than even those that I have conceived. That's where I'm at in my life, again, walking by faith and just trusting the universe, God, source, whatever. And lastly, third, I will remind myself to practice present moment awareness in all of my actions. I will refuse to allow obstacles to consume and dissipate the quality of my attention in the present moment. I will accept the present as it is and manifest the future through my deepest, most cherished intentions and desires. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of chapter 5, entitled Law of Intention and Desire. When I tell you this book kind of got me a little shook right now, because again, the books that I read on my platform, just again looking back in retrospect, because I've read these a while ago. Like, I started reading these during 2020, so we're in 2023, so that I'm reading these books again for a second time. And I'm looking back in retrospect over my past experiences, the past 3 years, like, wow, it's an affirmation for me, which is why, again, I'm delving as deep as I can into my self-love, because I know that my season is approaching. And again, in the past, I cut off my own blessings because I was afraid, I was scared what people was going to say, what they was going to think. not realizing that me growing up being bullied and stuff was preparing me to love myself. Because even as a young child back in that day, being queer, being short, I could have allowed that situation to take me out. But I'm so grateful that I didn't. And even as an adult, that self-deletion ideation came up to me to check me as an adult. But again, having to realize that love, that I am love. We're all loved. We all give love, we receive. We're all loved unconditionally. And here I am, learning to understand what unconditional love looks like for me as BubzDaGawd. And that's going to take all of my life, and that's okay. Again, learning to love myself through the entire journey. And when you look at the wise mystics like Christ, like Buddha, like all these other beings, people who apply these laws to their life, and even those that we don't even know, how they were able to change their life. And like I said in my stuff, baby, equality has always been here. It's just coming into view, especially in the Western world. It's going to be equal regardless. But I'm just rooting for Team Love, baby, because it's like, girl, Love already won. So it's kind of like we low-key rooting for the team that already won. But at the same time, it's kind of like life. This is life, baby. But anyway, I thank y'all so much for rocking with me for the read-through of chapter 4 and 5 of the 7 spiritual laws of success. How did you guys like it? Did anything resonate with you? Leave it for me in the comment section below. Please hit that like button, okay? Please, because that's like one of the biggest things you can do for me is to hit that like button, okay? I appreciate that. If you loving the vibe over here, because we're free, we're all over the place. We do spiritual content. We do. I'm spiritually ratchet. I'm balanced, okay? So I'm going to give you that in the expression of a 5'2" leprechaun girl with very colorful language and hands to match, okay? If you're liking the vibe, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell and click all, because a lot of my lives don't be planned. I just feel compelled to do it when I feel compelled to do it, to again flow in the spirit, okay? So you stayed updated. You can also follow me on Instagram, because that's where I'm most active on, so you can follow me on BubzDaGawd. BubzDaGawd everything. And if you feel like donating, okay, some of that jingle and fold to the church building fund for the leprechauns over here, okay, to put in the pot of gold, you can hit that Cash App, $ BubzDaGawd as well. We take all types. If it's $1, thank you. That dollar goes to the kingdom. All right, appreciate it. Shout out to Queen Donna B for being in the building. Yes, and I'm so happy that the Most High, like, baby. But that's why I'm putting myself out there and sharing my information, because that experience that I went through is an experience we all gonna go through for the rest of our lives. I'm just doing what I can to build community in spaces and places where you think community's not. It's a lie. Come look and find out. Shout out to Queen Spicy, all right, who's always in the building. Shout out to Miss English. I appreciate you for coming through. Shout out to Low Kiefer. Shout out to Queen Amber. I appreciate y'all. And we're going to be back later on tonight. We're going to be reviewing, I think, episode 4 of Bad Boys. The Bad Boys Club, Texas. Okay, no shade. Tonight at 10:30. It might be scheduled to change because I don't see the episode uploaded to the actual channel, so I'm a little nervous. So set your reminders and just rock with me. If we gotta make changes, we will. But thank y'all so much for rocking with me, and we'll be back, because we'll be finishing up next time the conclusion of the 7 spiritual laws of success, chapter 6 and 7, and final afterthoughts. So again, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. And until next time, y'all, peace.